Hello, everybody. It's nice to see everybody again. My name is Laura Renankowski, and I'm an international life and relationship coach. And I coach in English, Spanish, Finnish, and Italian. And today it's another astrology talk, and this is a really special one because it's the full moon in Pisces. And I think you all know that I'm a Pisces, and today our group is amazing today because we have 8 Pisces in the group today. So the full moon in Pisces brought out all the Pisces, and of course we have other signs too. We have the land signs that keep us Pisces people grounded as well, which is always good. So I'm gonna share a lot of insights about this full moon in Pisces. So and remember to take notes about your own sign, and just like take notes in general, because this full moon in Pisces is a very special one. It's very special and very strong. I mean, I can definitely feel how strong this full moon in Pisces is, and I think that many of you can feel it as well. It's a very emotional moon. It's a very emotional moon. So whatever you're feeling, you'll feel it like, times 10, right? So whatever feelings come to the surface right now, you'll feel it in a really, really, really intense way. And this full moon in Pisces highlights relationships a lot, right? So all the relationships in your life, whether it's a relationship with a partner, with friends, or, with coworkers, relationships really get highlighted in this full moon as well. So the full moon in Pisces, it's time for a little enchantment, and Pisces is a very, it's a water sign, and it's also like a very dreamy sign, right? So the Pisces full moon, it's like, it touches our deepest, the deepest part of our psyche. So these mystical moonbeams, can cause miracles, right? So they open our channels, and they open us up to spiritual guidance. And this guidance can appear as signs, serendipities, or messages in our dreams. So we all have intuition. All of us have intuition. Some of us are more aware of it than others. But right now, it's a really good time to tune into your intuition even more, right? The full moon in Pisces, highlights that. So if you get a feeling about something, if you get a message about something, pay attention to it, and pay attention to your dreams as well. So flowy, dreamy Pisces softens our resistance to change. So you can give yourself permission to let go and let it flow. And there's only one thing to do right now, and that's like to surrender to the universe's divine wisdom. And that's something that I always say, trust in divine timing about things, right? So divine timing is really, really, it's really important and special, and especially in this full moon in Pisces. So sometimes these things don't make sense on paper, but when you tune into how you're feeling, when you tune into your intuition, it starts making more sense. So really, like, listen to those messages that you get. Listen to your intuition right now, even if it doesn't, make sense. It's interesting if you start thinking about what was happening in your life March 13th, 2021, this year, because that was the Pisces new moon, right? So whatever seeds you planted back in March, that was the new moon, and now is the full moon, right? So those seeds are ready to be harvested. It could have been, you could have started a relationship or a business venture, anything like that. So inquiries you made to the universe 6 months ago are about to burst open. So whatever seeds you planted in March, those seeds are like ready to burst, ready to flower in all ways. So they could illuminate, the mood and your life right now. So whatever you planted in March, can come to fruition right now, or it might just like fizzle out altogether. But one of two things is going to happen. Like it's either something big is going to happen with that thing, or else it's just going to go away. So if something ends, the watery 2021 Pisces full moon will provide like a soft, safe space for emotional release. Because one thing that happens with full moons is that full moons are about endings, right? The new moons are about beginnings, and full moons are about endings or about completion. So, Pisces energy can be murky and delusional as well. So that's why it's really important with Pisces energy to keep that Pisces energy grounded, right? So it doesn't like lead you astray in your path. So if you take any mood altering substances right now, like you would feel them even more. So it's better not to, because it's good to feel grounded right now. So, you can feel, because the full moon, the word lunatic is, comes from the moon. You can feel like things can be so intense right now that you can feel like you're going a little bit crazy, or, you can feel like a lunatic. So that's why it's really important to stay grounded. Stay grounded in all ways right now with this full moon in Pisces, because it's really easy to get like really like dreamy and watery and airy and just be floating on a cloud with this full moon in Pisces. So it's important to try to stay grounded as much as possible. So here's a couple of things to look out for during this full moon in Pisces. Let your dreams speak to you. Dreams are really, really powerful. So really pay attention to your dreams. Because right now with this Pisces full moon, the veil between the spiritual world, the boundaries between mystery, like, between the worlds is blurry right now. So a lot of messages can come to you, in your sleep. A lot of messages come to you in your sleep, and a lot of messages come to you, from your subconscious. So, so really pay close to your, pay close attention to your dreams. Carl Jung, he was a big, he would pay attention, to dreams, and he called it the language of human consciousness, right? So it's a good idea to have a notebook by your bed so you can record immediately, what kind of dreams you're having, or if you wake up, in the middle of the night. So, writing them down, with a pen or a pencil, is different than if you just like, type it or you speak it into your phone. Of course, you can record it any way that you want, but if you actually write it down, it's even more personal. So dreams reveal moods and mental states. Your dreams, can give you a lot of information, and they can inspire creativity as well. This Pisces time is a great time to be creative as well, and it's a great time to think about like new creative projects as well. So paying attention to them is an exercise in opening you up to serendipity, right? Like serendipity, like that. This is something that I really believe in, and I've seen so much in my own life. Serendipity is when things just, amazing, magical things happen in your life, life will bring you people, events, and circumstances, that help you, move forward in your life, or move forward with some kind of dream or ambition that you have. So, and also pay attention if you keep on seeing a certain symbol or a certain sign over and over again. So yeah, pay attention. The more you pay attention to these signs, the more you're going to start understanding these signs as well. So keep your mind and all your channels clear, even while you're awake, because the more conscious and aware you are of these signs, the more you're going to start understanding all of these signs that are coming to you. And then if you can quiet your mind, by meditating or just by breathing, you can get all kinds of solutions to problems as well. So this is a really this is a great time to really tune into your intuition and really tune into yourself and your higher self, and you'll start getting all kinds of messages which will help you move forward in life. Make a splash. So Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and Neptune is the god of the seas. So, you know, Pisces is, you know, is very watery and dreamy. And actually, like it's a good idea to go swimming, you know, if it's, you know, if it's possible, you know, if it's possible for you, you know, night swimming, of course, you know, it can be a little cold right now, especially for, you know, for people that, you know, that live in Europe. But even if you can't go swimming, you know, in the sea or a river or something, you can go swimming. You can go swimming in a swimming pool, or if you have a bathtub, you know, you can take, you know, you can go to the bathtub as well. But there's water has special energy about it, and of course, you know, Pisces, the element of Pisces is water, and water is a very, it's the most intuitive of the elements as well. So so if you can be close to water in any way, you know, that's gonna make, you know, this full moon in Pisces energy even stronger, and then you're gonna be able to flow even better. Be kind to yourself. This is something that I talk about all the time. I always talk about how you need to be your own best friend. So this moment right now, the full moon in Pisces, is definitely, you know, that's one of the messages as well. You know, be kind to yourself. Be kind and compassionate with yourself. So this Neptunian guided moon is all about compassion and empathy. And that starts right where you are, right? So you have to be kind and empathic with yourself to then be kind and empathic with everybody else around you. So when you stop to think, you know, who you might have been blaming or shaming, you know, don't forget that, you know, you always have to treat yourself, you know, you always have to treat yourself well, and treat yourself with, you know, kindness and compassion. So, yeah, always self-kindness, and, you know, be kind and compassionate with yourself. And then everything in your life will flow in a much better way. As Pisces Anais Nin wrote, we don't see things as they are, we see them as we are, right? So if you're a very happy person, you're gonna see happiness in the world. If you're sad, you're gonna see sadness in the world, right? So vow to give yourself a daily shot of kindness. You know, that's a nice way of putting it, right? Give yourself a daily shot of kindness, and that can be in many different ways. You know, you can say nice things to yourself, or, you know, treat yourself like in different ways, right? Yeah, it can be a well-deserved pat on the back for a job well done, or, you know, just give yourself permission. Like, give yourself permission to enjoy life, and give yourself permission, you know, to do nice things for yourself, right? I think that's really, really important, to pamper yourself, like in different ways. Go on a photo safari. You know, we're so used to, we're always on all kinds of, you know, devices, right? So it's good to take a break. It's good to take a break from devices. It's good to take a break from phones, iPads, laptops, all the devices that we're on. So yeah, so it's good to give our eyes a break from the screen. So you can go and you can walk around, you know, and take pictures of things that inspire you, right? Like one thing that I do, like on my social media, you know, I'm always posting, you know, I mean, I take a lot of pictures, and then I get pictures from other places too. But I'm always, you know, I always take pictures of things that inspire me, you know, and I post them with a quote or an affirmation, or else I see a picture somewhere else and I post it, right? So yeah, so look at those things, you know, that inspire you, you know, and share images that inspire you. So photography can be a form of meditation, and it helps you get, you know, connect to the present moment, and that's a very important thing, you know, to live in the now, right? Like the power of now. So yeah, like find beauty in all, you know, in all forms, you know, and yeah, just like enjoy and appreciate everything that you have around you, and try to look at things like, you know, with fresh eyes in a way, right? like the way that a child looks at the world, right? The way that a child looks at the world. Try to appreciate, you know, the world and life more like that. And then dance, just dance, you know, like dancing is something great to do. And it's also connected to Pisces, because Pisces is ruled by the feet. Every sign has like a part of the body that rules it. And Pisces is the feet. And I can tell you, I'm a Pisces and I love to dance. You know, I grew up in Venezuela dancing salsa and merengue. So I love to dance. And of course, you know, we haven't been able to dance that much because of all the restrictions and lockdowns, but you can always dance in your own living room as well, right? So yeah, so just dance, you know, and you know, you could go outside and dance in the moonlight now too, you know, like the dance in the Pisces moonlight. And yeah, Pisces is about, you know, be true to yourself and connect to yourself and give yourself permission to enjoy life and to dance and just you know, dancing is one of those things that you know, when you dance, like you can like catch yourself being happy in a way, you know. That actually came out in a movie, and I thought that was so great. Like you catch yourself being happy, you know, when you dance. So yeah, so if you ever feel bad or down or depressed, just start dancing and you'll start feeling better right away. So yeah, give yourself permission. Again, all of these things that bring you joy in life, give yourself permission to do these things. Give yourself permission to feel that happiness and that joy. I know that, you know, because the state of the world is so crazy and chaotic and uncertain right now, and because of all the lockdowns that we've been in, you know, I think that many people have forgotten to like give themselves permission to like enjoy life again and be happy. So, you know, and it doesn't have to be big things. It can be really small things, you know, that bring you joy. But just continue to give yourself permission to enjoy life and enjoy those small moments that become those significant moments. So yeah, so give yourself permission to dance. Give yourself permission to you know, enjoy some nice, you know, music. And you know, start meditating on the rhythm, and you can even learn, you know, new dances as well. I mean, there's so many new dances to learn. And yeah, just, you know, move your body, and yeah, like do different things. You can do like funny moves, and you know, just get in, like the more, you know, dancing also, you know, it gets you more in touch like with yourself, like in all ways, right? So it's about being in touch like with yourself, like with your inner self and your outer self as well. So another thing, tie up loose ends. So as the zodiac's 12th and final sign, which is Pisces, you know, it turns the tide towards transitions. So, you know, Pisces and the full moon are about like endings and transitions. So a lot of endings and transitions can be happening right now. So endings can be the hardest necessity to face. But sometimes, I mean, things, you know, it's part of life, right? There's always going to be beginnings and endings in life in different ways. So if you have something in your life that needs to end, you know, like it's better to end it now and not keep on pushing it back, you know, because you can't push it back forever. So better to let it go and let it flow, you know, because the more, if you're holding on to a situation or a person that's not good for you, the more you hold on to that situation, you know, you're not letting like a new situation, you know, come into your life, right? So if there is something in your life that you need to let go of, right now is an excellent moment to let go of that situation or that person, because by letting go of something or someone, then you create the space for something new and someone new to come into your life. So so if you've ghosted somebody that was important to you, you know, maybe, you know, you can, you know, unghost them, or however you say them, you know. And, you know, you can reach out to that person again, or if you have like a business venture that's like, you know, that's unsettled, it's a good idea to tie up any loose ends that you have right now. set up a sanctuary, you know, set up like a sacred space, you know, for yourself, right? It can be, yeah, it can be any kind of place that inspires you. You know, you can have like a corner or a room that you use for, you know, meditation. You can put, you know, nice pillows and blankets and incense or what, you know, whatever, aromatherapy, anything that brings you, you know, joy and like a sense of calm. And then you can play nice relaxing music, and yeah, you can just create like a perfect sanctuary for yourself. And for every person it's going to be something different. So it's whatever resonates with you. So now I'm going to go through what this full moon in Pisces, what it brings out for all the signs. So remember to take notes, because there's a lot of information here for all the signs. So first, Aries. So with the moon in Pisces landing in your 12th house of endings and healing, you know, closure is around the corner. So people in Aries, you know, there can be different kinds of closure. Whether it can be closure with a person or closure with like a business deal. So the full moons, you know, the full moons themselves spark endings. So this is like a double dose of it. And since it also deals with the subconscious, divine downloads and creativity may also present themselves on Monday. So you could be particularly tired around this full moon as well. So take it easy and let yourself rest. So Aries, you know, look to see what you need closure in right now. Taurus. So for Taurus, this Pisces full moon may very well activate the team player in you as it lands in your 11th house of collaborations and technology. So if you've been on the fence about whether to do something with a group or pull back, you could figure out the right amount of involvement for yourself. And this is also a good time to clear up any misunderstandings with friends as well. For Gemini, big things are happening for you this full moon, Gemini, as it's in your 10th house of career, leadership, and ambition. So if you've been working towards a goal, the finish line may be close, and you know, it's eliminating distractions. So be firm about your priorities and keep an eye out for professional opportunities. And this professional coup can put your name on the map, and it can give you more recognition and expert status. So for Gemini, something can happen around work and getting more recognition. For Cancer, feeling claustrophobic, Cancer, with the Pisces full moon in the 9th house of growth and expansion, you could be craving to widen your horizons. So find a way to spread your wings and open up your communication. The 9th house also rules publishing and learning and entrepreneurship. So this lunar lift can bring some awaited news in these areas. And then think back to what was happening in your life March 13th. So that's going to give you clues of what could come full circle right now. That's the new moon in Pisces that I mentioned earlier, March 13th. So everybody should think back about what was happening in your life in March, you know, and like, did you start something in March that's coming like full circle right now? For Leo, with a full Pisces moon in your 8th house of intimacy and detailed work, Leo, you may find yourself feeling extra discerning this week, particularly with regard to your relationships. And actually, relationships is something that's being highlighted for all signs. So you have to, you know, pay attention to your relationships, but of course, some signs more than others. So if one person is pulling more energetic weight than the other, the full moon will demand that you address that. So under the light of this full moon, it'll either be all in or all out. So for Leo, it's like a, you know, turning point in relationships. For Virgo, relationships again. Relationships are the name of the game right now for Virgo, with the Pisces full moon landing in your 7th house of partnerships. So whether it's romantic or professional, a budding relationship could become official or head in the opposite direction if things are not working out. So this could be a decisive day for a contract signing, negotiation, adding to prepare you your most salient points, especially with Mercury turning retrograde in a week. Yeah, so so yeah, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, so Virgos tend to be very aware of Mercury retrograde. But yeah, for Virgo, it's the relationships. Relationships are definitely being highlighted, especially because it's in your seventh house of partnerships. So that's really, really highlighted. For Libra, time to get back on the wellness wagon, Libra, with the Pisces moon activating your sixth house of health, organization. So you shouldn't hesitate to delegate and outsource stuff that's overwhelming you. Just be sure you thoroughly vet any service providers, and to ensure your health is in order, book any lingering medical appointments, get regular exercise, and spend some restorative time in nature next week. So for Libra, it's all about, like being more conscious of your health. So make sure you go to the doctor and make sure that you're exercising and eating well and all of that. For Scorpio, feeling passionate Scorpio, you very well should be, with the full moon in your fifth house of expression and creativity. So whether it's throwing paint on a canvas or dancing like there's no tomorrow, like I told you, everybody should be dancing and dancing like there's no tomorrow. You want to do something to release stagnant energy right now. So a budding romance that sparked up around March 13th in the Pisces new moon could turn into a real deal fall affair now. So don't be afraid to lean into the intensity. So yeah, so for Scorpios, if you met somebody in March, that could turn into a romance, that could turn into a relationship. And the expression and the creativity are being highlighted for Scorpio as well. Sagittarius, there was ever a day for self-care, spending time with loved ones. It's this full moon as it falls on your domestic and emotional fourth house. So you've been burning multiple candles at both ends, so it's time for a nurturing escape. And because the fourth house rules female relatives, events surrounding a maternal figure can be just around the corner. So for Sagittarius, it's about self-care as well. So yeah, so you really need to take care of yourself in all ways. Capricorn, you might be feeling quite social around this full moon as it lights up your third house of communication and community. So maybe you seize the opportunity and host a gathering of you could do a full moon circle perhaps, make the rounds, catch up with your crew, and do it in all one fell swoop. This is a good opportunity to be a super connector or a Cupid and introduce some of your favorite people to each other. So yeah, so for Capricorn, it's about being really social and getting out there and organizing groups. Aquarius, time to map out those fall finances, Aquarius, with a Pisces moon landing in your second house of stability and money. This could bring a moment of clarity and chance to prioritize an action plan. If you've been waiting for a word on finances and you could finally hear concrete news about a promotion, you'll also be feeling confident at this time. So seize it and don't be afraid to call the shots and take the lead. So for Aquarius, it's about, looking at your finances, like look at your money, because your stability and your money is being highlighted with this Pisces full moon. And then the full moon in Pisces for Pisces. And I know that most of the people here present tonight are Pisces. So yeah, so falling in your sign, in your first house of beginnings and ideas, this full moon is your full moon, Pisces. Yeah. So for all the Pisces people present here, this is our our full moon in Pisces. So celebrate something that you've been working on since as far back as the Pisces new moon on the 13th of March. So think back to what was happening in your life in March. How can you celebrate something, that started in March and is coming to fruition now? Alternatively, if a project hasn't been going well, this is a good time to cut the cord and start fresh. Because as I mentioned, something that you started in March can come, full circle right now. Like it's either going to come full circle or else it's going to go away. Whatever the case, you know, the weeks are all about, you know, the next 3 weeks are all about you, and there's to be zero guilt about that, because the stars have your back right now. So advocate yourself. So yeah, so Pisces, you know, the stars are aligned, aligned for Pisces. I mean, the stars are aligned for everybody, but especially for Pisces right now because of this full moon in Pisces. So so thank you. So may the full moon in Pisces bring you insights and joy. And I offer coaching sessions in English, Spanish, Finnish, and Italian. So you can get in touch with me at lauracoaching@gmail.com. And my website is laurarenenkowski.com. And I have my Wake Up to Your True Potential YouTube series, and there's the link. So please subscribe, like, and comment, and share with your friends, and help me get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. That's my big goal. You know, my full moon in Pisces, big goal. So I'll stop. Okay, I'll stop the sharing, and then I'll stop the recording right now.